After more than 37 people dead, over $2 billion in damage done, another $14 billion in crowd-funded support and donations. That includes for buying the bailouts of these people when they're arrested. They're violent, they start fires, beat people up, kill people, brick people to death, shoot people, shoot cops, point blank. Not the Proud Boys. Sorry, pick unrelated. That's BLM and Antifa. This whole past year, just 365 days from now ago, and count it up. Start doing the totals and just compare the damages and the proceeds collected to what the Proud Boys have done. And then ask the negative. Because right, I always say, to know what the fake news is truly trying to hide, you have to look at the opposite of what it is that they are telling you overtly. So if Canada is formally declaring Proud Boys a terrorist group, while ignoring Antifa and BLM and others, environmentalist groups that start fires, what do you call that? I call it Canada formally protecting terrorist groups domestically, while targeting American groups. And I understand the Proud Boys were started by a Canadian. It all seems very odd that the leader of the Proud Boys is not white, but they're calling it multicultural white nationalism. Word salad and jumps and gymnastics and mental hoops. Ridiculous. They say this designation for the group's members, well, they're all going to have their bank accounts seized now. Their assets are frozen. Meanwhile, police get to expand the way that they investigate. So you won't be allowed to communicate with members, but you'll also not be allowed to fund your own defense. So no crowdfunding for your defense, because you'll be off the internet. You'll be gone. You'll be depersoned. Forget deplatformed. You won't exist, because everything will be online, and you won't be. And then you won't have money for defense, and they'll throw you away as a terrorist. Let's read. Canada formally designating the Proud Boys as a terrorist group under its criminal law on yesterday, a move that could lead to financial seizures and allow police to treat any crimes committed by members as terrorist activity. If you, I guess, is a parking ticket a crime? I guess it wouldn't be. It'd be a parking violation, like a civil infraction. What would be a crime? Like a misdemeanor? You commit a misdemeanor on your own, but because you have a Proud Boys coat or a shirt, or you were at one event once, now you're a terrorist, and that crime is terrorist activity. Ruh-roh. Government officials said that they believe Canada is the first nation to label the Proud Boys a terrorist entity. The events last month in Washington, they added, contributed to the move, but it was already under consideration. So make no mistake, folks, they're not going to use the January 6th incitement of an insurrection and a riot at the Capitol, and all the other key buzzwords they're going to use, to do their own Patriot Act 2.0. This is like the 9/11 2.0. Fine, but they were working towards this anyway. So it's not that they have one big contrived movement. They will take any opportunity and label it immediately as the worst thing ever. You saw that for 4 years, but again, it's worth harping on a moment more. 2018, we saw the escalation then and an escalation towards violence in this group. Bill Blair says, the public safety minister. He told a news conference that the Proud Boys and 12 other groups have been added to the list and that they are, quote, all hateful and intolerant. As we've seen, they can be highly dangerous to our democracy. Give me a break. An official who spoke on the condition that he may not be identified, good call, dude, said that the information gleaned from the January 6th attack was a contributing factor, but it wasn't a driving force. Got it. Okay. So that was the reason you did it. It's the reason you're going to say you did it, but you wanted to do it already. Thanks for being honest. Members of this group, the Proud Boys, a far-right, all-male organization. Neither of those things are all that true, I don't believe. All-male, maybe, probably mostly dominated by male because it's Proud Boys, but I'm pretty sure they have like the ladies of the Proud Boys or like the Proud Boy ladies or something like that. Lady Boys? Probably. All-male organization that lauded street brawling as part of its founding idea. No, it was that as to become a member, you had to have been in a fight or you had to be punched in. Like the name 5 cereals, and then you just punch someone in the arm until they name 5 cereals. Brawling, street brawling. That's a founding idea of the Proud Boys, they say. Playing a prominent role in storming the Capitol. No, they were security so that BLM and Antifa didn't attack people who were peacefully protesting in the millions on the Capitol and throughout D.C. on the 6th. There, little fact check for you on the fly there, New York Times. U.S. federal prosecutors investigating this violence. You guys read A Clockwork Orange? You know ultra-violence? Like they're going to start labeling things. Violence. This is violence. This is violence. This is hateful. This is intolerance. And they'll do that with anything, and then they will use federal authorities to come after you. I'm just saying, it's the case. It's what we're seeing happen. Now, the violence announced their first conspiracy charges against the Proud Boys last week. So that's it. 2 members are guilty already in the eyes of this government in Canada of coordinating the effort to interfere with law enforcement officers protecting Congress during the final certification of the presidential election. That's not Canada saying that. That's the U.S. federal prosecutors. Okay, so it's not just Canada then, is it, folks? If you have coordinating efforts to stop police, and the other countries are saying they're terrorists, you're a stone's throw. You're a stone's throw away. They say 13 groups in total were added to the government's terrorism list, including 3 other far-right or neo-Nazi organizations. The other groups added are affiliated with ISIS and Al-Qaeda. Is there a local 4th of July parade in your town? Probably should just call it off from now on, because too many of you all in a group, well, that's dangerous. That may incite violence. The fact that you're parading your flag around so flamboyantly in the summer, that may incite violence. So according to Twitter's rules, you're going to be banned now, preemptively, because what your actions may be in the future may incite violence, according to them, and they have the discretion to choose to enforce that. So does Canada. So does the United States. So you say, well, companies, they can do what they want. They're a company. Can the government just do whatever it wants? Label anyone that it wants a terrorist group? Well, they know better. And the nightly news will tell your parents and your grandparents that too. The nightly news will lie to the viewers and say, the government has classified information to label the Proud Boys terrorists. And so from now on, if you're associating with them, you're doing so knowing that you're aiding and abetting a terrorist. That's the next step. Then they'll say, anyone who is showing Trumpy stuff, like Brian Stelter said, Brian Stelter, Trumpyism. It's like Trump. It's Trumpy. He's okay with Republicans, just not Trumps, just not Trumpies. Maybe that's the next one. Maybe that's what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like this video, share this video. If you want to stay subscribed and up to date, then you have to hit the button and you can turn your notification bell on. I hear it doesn't work. Some people are saying I have the bell on, I'm subscribed, I don't see your videos unless I actively seek them out. Sorry, folks. Go to Odyssey. Odyssey is so much better. Check this out. Look at Odyssey. Oh, it's so clean. So fresh and so clean. Check it out. Do that and keep America afloat.